Greetings, friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Del Puckett here. Whenever you get a chance to play a 4-string guitar, here's a cool tuning. A lot of you probably already know this. I just kind of stumbled onto it. It's C, G, C, E. So the root is on the low string and the third. So you could actually just look at the top three of like your normal cigar box guitar 151. With a major third on the top. That E is the major third of C. So it makes for a real nice open chord. Now, here's the deal. Because I tuned it by ear, I got that major third in the right spot. But what that's going to mean now is that I'm going to have to, whenever I finger a note, I'm going to have to stretch it, right? So I'm stretching it to get in tune, because it's flat, to get that major third. So that is kind of a little trick to making chords way up here. Kind of just stretch into the note and use your ear to tell you when you've landed it perfectly. You don't have to do it for the major thirds, because it's already tuned flat. So if you know that, then now you're going to build your little licks on the little bend right here. Again, for the stable chords, you're going to stay on that major third. Here's the 5 chord. Again, all we're doing is just staying on the major third. So that's a cool little trick that you can do. Now here's another thing. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but try, instead of playing with these 2 fingers, if you have these 2 fingers, let's assume that you have all your fingers and you normally use these fingers. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to take away those fingers and we're only going to use our weakest fingers, the pinky and your ring finger. Okay, so now, okay, so now the game, it's just a game, right? All you're gonna do now is you're only gonna play with these 2 fingers. So now I got my pinky on here, and I'm stretching with my pinky. So it's kind of forces your brain to think differently, because now we're using a different finger to do that same thing. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is not just to have fun with this. I actually hurt my finger. Yes, it's that finger really bad. It's got a blister, a fever. There's a fever, a hangnail. I think it's from a hangnail or whatever. Like, it's so, I can barely, whatever I touch, it just hurts, man. And it's like hot. I put it against the skin of my neck, dude, and it's like on fire. So yeah, so I'm just playing with these 2 fingers, and I found it rather interesting because it forces you to think and play, and you actually play cool things that you would have never otherwise thought of. And that major tuning, that major third, 1 5 1 3, tune it a little bit flat, and then bend, 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 bend to get the notes to sound in key. Try that, guys. I'm telling you, it's kind of cool. Another cool trick to do when you're in this tuning here, when you have that major third on the high string, is to put that note into every chord as like a drone. You can do scales or melodies on the other strings and just let that note ring in every chord. Yeah, having that major third on the top just makes every chord kind of break and pop, you know? And of course, this tuning lends itself for the slide, right? So you gotta try the slide. All right, I'm playing around with the cinematic features here. So this piece of wood here was from over 100-year-old piano top. The back was just formed to fit it. But yeah, so this top, 100 some odd years old. Of course, just a regular hinge. That saddle piece there is just a piece of wood carved in a V. Single coil pickup. Oh yeah, the neckwood. So this neckwood is, I think it's a poplar fretboard, but the back here is this curly maple that had been accidentally stained with a color that it didn't mix with the varnish. It was like water or something like that, so it started beating up, and as I wiped it off, it just got in the grain. So it's got this bluish tinge to it. But I think it's cool. Little wings, and I think it's a walnut for the headstock. So she's a player as well as a looker. Of course, I do have the eyes here on both sides for the what do you call it? For the rock and roll strap. Guys, that's it for this video. Tune your 4-stringers. C, G, C, E, all unplugged. This thing's got a real resonance to it, man. And every once in a while, that guy's in tune.